G'day everyone. Welcome. Just gonna go let everyone in the Kingdom Death chat know that I am kicking some goals. Kingdom Death hobby. Help me decide which to paint first. Croc or Bone Eaters. Haha! Of course I know you. You've been coming to my stream for years. I haven't done my airbrush clean for a while. A long while, actually. Feeling like I might need to replace my airbrush soon. Anyway, we get to help me decide. Do I paint the Crimson Croc? Or do I paint Bone Eaters? You can all have a vote. They're both going to get painted, but what do we start with? That's the question. Whilst I clean this bad boy. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week. I have. It's Queensland Model Hobby Expo this weekend. Did you go, Match Fixer? QMHE? You're out that way, aren't you? Oh no, you're in Melbourne. Yep, I remembered. Oh yeah, you like that? Oh. Mature. Bone Eaters, alright? Bone Eaters is your vote. Oh yeah, you like that. Oh. Gosh, I amuse myself sometimes. This little bad boy. Yeah. Yes, so QMHE, I entered 6 pieces. Just a paltry 6. Previous years. Bone Eaters, another vote for Bone Eaters. In previous years, I entered a lot more than that, but this year, for whatever reason, haven't done a lot of painting, comparatively, for me. And more of my focus went into the Guilds Inn than anything else, so... Actually, it's a combination of things. So, in previous years, the only event that I was able to enter was QMHE. This year, there was the Arc Open down in Melbourne. There was the Guilds in Sydney. And there's another event called GHMX at Strathpine, which is coming up soon, actually. Oh yeah, get that in here. Oh, oh, oh. Yucky. let's assemble an airbrush. Coughing like a criminal. This bit, and this bit, and this bit. Hey, sleepy slang. Alright. At this point in time, we've got two votes for Bone Eaters and 0 votes for the Croc. So it's likely that we'll be painting some Bone Eaters today. We'll see if anyone else wants to have a vote while I'm priming. Need to mix up. Oh, hello, Topulus. Need to mix up some more of my patented airbrush mix as well. GCE is the Gambler's Chest expansion, Sleepy Slang, which is the King Death monster. I'll grab this bad boy out today and be doing a little bit of airbrushing, I think. Pew! They are indeed very, very cool. Well, we've got to talk about this, the story of these guys. I might even go and grab my book and have a read of their page. I haven't actually played them yet. I like to avoid spoilers in the game until such time as I've actually played it. But as I understand, these guys eat bones, and they're turning into like almost statues. This is just Vallejo Surface Primer, mate. That right now is this. It's the best primer on the market. People who think it's bad are bad. I don't have the same issue at all. Mind you, I actually dilute mine slightly with my traditional dilution mix. Maybe that's contributing to my experience with it. Could be environmental for sure. Yep. Yeah, I would never do it just straight on the model. I mean, I have done. I have used the black primer for a while. No, the black is Chaos Black Spray, which I believe is the greatest spray known to man. Alright. I'll just show off a few other bits and pieces I've been doing. So this is the King. Fuck me, some gaps in this model need to be filled. Jeepers. I got me stone faces. Got some feet. More stone faces. Looks good. So that's the King. He'll be ready to go very soon. Just need to sand him down and do a little bit of smoothing. This is the Gambler. He's all pretty much ready to go as well. It's a nice gap filling. You can go in there. This is the base for the Crimson Croc. No one cares, but there's more feet. Here's me little smog singers. Blah, 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 blah. I do have a little bit more gap filling to go on them. Fucking shit models. Yeah, they were alright actually. Needed a lot of assembly. And I broke some of their bits. Broke their bits already. Bloop, 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 bloop. Again, don't know anything about these guys. Haven't read anything from the book. Yeah. Now maybe you can answer this, Topulus. So the bone eaters, they are, and the god hand. Look at him. Hiya. What a cool guy. And they've also assembled Atlas. All my monsters are assembled. Everything's assembled. Look at this ball, by the way. Check this out. This is a ball of asleep people that the gambler is holding on his back. And it is fucking wild. Yep. And then Angry Santa. Is a good model too. Sure is, relax. Look at this guy. He's got a fucking beard made of hands. He's got a bag full of little children. Hello everyone, I'm a little kid. Hello Carl. Yes, this is for Kingdom Death, my friend. Alright, I'm going to go and grab the Gambler's book and read the Bone Eaters section and show you guys. Let's have a look. Papa, Papa. Hey Zero! The Gamblers. Alright. No, the baby collector is... He's basically an evil version of Santa Claus. Where are the Bone Eaters? In this book. Little Gorm baby. Yeah, little Gormy. I haven't read any of this stuff. I'm very excited. Oh, here we go. Showdown Bone Eaters. Oh, this is the artwork. Which is very cool. The Bone Eaters revel in their power. Perfectly formed bodies bulging with muscle. Oh my god, there's so many cool new stories that I haven't read. Oh! Scouts, patterns. Alright, what does it say here? Bone Eaters. Doesn't say anything. Great. Alright, what are we going to do? How are we going to paint them then? Yep, a lot of people have voted for Bone Eaters, so it is Bone Eaters that we are painting. Can we paint them on stream? I'm not sure, but if I get banned, so be it. Calcified skin. Okay. I'm going to start with a... Thanks, Top. I'm going to start with a very dark base tone. I need to make some of this. What do we got? Airbrush thinner. Airbrush Flow Improver. And water. There's a colour that I've used for base coats on all of my Kingdom Death models, which is called Chalice Red from the Vallejo paint range. However, I am going to run out of that colour very, very soon. So I'm going to have to start mixing my own variant of it. Gosh, it feels exciting to be painting Gambler's Chest. Woohoo! It is very Frazetta. I haven't been waiting as long as a lot of people have for the Gambler's Chest, but as a counter to that, I've probably painted more Kingdom Death than the majority of people, and I've probably played more Kingdom Death than the majority of people. Oh, we're out already. Damn. I've painted every monster, with the exception of the tree. I've painted about 10 or 12 survivors, maybe more, and I've played 9 campaigns. So I feel like I'm allowed to be a little bit excited. Yeah, I can. I've still got some. But it's okay. At some point, it's going to run out. You gotta have it. You gotta have a plan ready for when your favourite colours run out. Alright, so here's how we're going to approach calcified skin. Well, in theory. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight up through normal colours that I would use, skin colours, but we're going to end with some whites, some ivory. And then we'll see how it looks. All right. So I'm going to paint maybe use basic skin tone, or do I? No, I might use this Chimera Caucasian Flesh. It's a good colour. Yeah. I should really use my mask or do something, but I'm going to be dead soon. Till you love me, paparazzi. Not quite. Believe it or not, I spend quite a bit of time on my Kingdom Death models. Well, admittedly I did paint the entirety of my collection in 2 weeks, but I think I was on holidays at the time, so I spent quite a lot of time painting. Right. Brush time. I was definitely on holiday. Wasn't it around COVID? Pretty sure it was around COVID. Thanks, Grumble Bumpkin. See you, buddy. Hey, Wampa. Yeah, I was finishing like 2 a day. So if you've never watched me paint before, you're probably wondering, why the fuck are you using an airbrush and then going in with your brush, Dano? Well, that's a great question. See, the airbrush does a lot of wonderful things. It smooths out rough blends. Creates nice transitions. But it also has the effect of weakening your colour. So this colour that I'm painting with right now is actually the colour that I airbrushed, believe it or not. Skin tone. And yet the colours look completely different. It's because you get a much more desaturated version of a colour through an airbrush. So I like to do some airbrushing to lay in some foundations. Sometimes I don't even do that. Then come in with a brush. And then we'll go back in with the airbrush to smooth it all out. Oh, magenta should hang out more often, mate. That's pretty much all I do. So what I'm doing at this moment in time is trying to make sure that I've got highlights placed in the right areas and that everything looks right from a value perspective. And then we're going to go in and do some even brighter contrasts or brighter lights. It's because it's a diluted version of the paint and it is getting distributed, one assumes, with some thinner to help it flow, but that thinner is also diluting the colour. Again, the important thing to keep in mind is there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just about anything you do in painting. You just have to know what's happening so that you can make a decision about whether you would like to change that or keep it going or decrease or increase contrast or... So I might just do this one a little bit more fully formed and then see. Thanks, magenta. And see how we feel. Okay. So far I've used Chimera, Caucasian Skin, wood, and Basic skin tone from Vallejo is the next one we're about to mix in. Why not fairy flesh? Well, based on Topulus's discussion before, when he said fairy flesh was just obvious and only bad painters use it, I've decided not to use it. No, that's not true. No, well, I'm going into a more ivory skin tone. Fairy flesh is a little bit more yellow. I was there, Top. I remember. You said it. That it is. Now, if you're looking at this and going, Deno, you're an awful painter, you're absolutely right. I am an awful painter. And that's the end of the story. All makes sense. Do I have Tenebris Teal? No, I do need to get the Eric Swinson set. It's on my list of things to do. Which one? The Chimera one? Yes. Yes, I did. I have some water, and then I also have some flow improver. I actually just put in for $1. I do remember the Dragonlance Chronicles. That's the moment with Kitiara, Stern. Great times. Alright, light sea grey. This is where we start to go a little bit off tap. Maybe. See ya, Wampa. Can you see the palette enough? Maybe I should just lower the exposure just fractionally one more. That's better. What's really interesting for me right now, I'm trying to get myself into the headspace of Deno the Painter from 3 years ago to try and replicate my Kingdom Death models. That's fucking very difficult. In case you haven't seen my Kingdom Death models from a few years ago, I have some. Here's some that I prepared earlier. Just repaint the others. It's not a bad idea, actually. I've got 2 models from my Kingdom Death collection right here. This guy, I don't remember what his name is. He's from Blackrock. It's from the White Line vignette. And the Butcher. He was like the second model I painted, I reckon. I have no idea how I'm going to paint like that. Alright. Last step. We're just going to go some white. Yeah, the boys. Carl, I have the entire Kingdom Death box, the original box, fully painted. Not all of the survivors, but all of the stuff that actually matters. And the Gambler's Chest expansion, which just released, I have everything in there sitting right next to me. It's very exciting times. I've bought a lot of the white box expansions, which are just like little mini expansions that the game came with. Alright. Now, we'll try some cool shit. So, at this point, I like to use a airbrush specific colour. If I can find one that I like. There's one that I like which is called Elf Flesh, which is a Vallejo game colour. Where the fuck are you? I'm going to keep this one out. There we go. Elf skin tone, here we go. Well, you would think that, but it's not. And we're going to do a layer of airbrush now to smooth out all of this rubbish. And look at this colour, we might get a little bit of this at the end too, a little bit of dead flesh. Fuck, let's get that out on the palette now. Maybe we'll mix it in now. Oh, that's green. That's calcified. Perfection. And I'll even show you what I'm doing in here. you reckon peanut butter's the go? I don't think so. So this is using one of the natural qualities of the airbrush that I talked about before, which is that it softens and dilutes pistachio. Yeah. So, what do we hit it with from underneath now? Maybe like a snakebite leather. Like a bony colour. Let's try that. I am indeed. That is exactly what I'm doing. I mixed it on the screen so you can see. Paparazzi. And that, my friends, is my painting method in a nutshell. So all of that work that we did with the brush to create high value contrasts has pretty much been lost now, but you can see what it's left, which is a more interesting thing. And we'll go in now and add some smooth highlights with a brush. But before we do that, we're going to paint some other colours so you can see what it looks like. And maybe we'll go back in with a brush later, or airbrush later. We'll see. Well, the thing is, you're using a dilute color, right? So it's not fully covering over what you've done. It's just softening and smoothing it. When you look at um, the model before I did the airbrush, what you would have seen is just like crazy stark highlights that just looked really, really bad. But now you're not seeing anything like that. You're seeing a much smoother, more subtle. Hopefully. Mm. Looks cool, man. And so what we might do now is go back in with some of these colours, but in a much more yeah, get in there. It's supposed to be darker though. G'day, Frost. Yeah, there's some sea grey. It's sort of a bit of a mixture of all the colours I've used actually. We could go pistachio nips. We could. All right, I like that vibe. I think that feels a little bit calcified, but we might see how the rest of it shapes up, and then we'll tweak from there. Well done to you then, sir. But your wife might be 8 foot tall because this is a big woman. Do they have 6 fingers? They do too. Good pickup. Very cool. I didn't know that. What's the story behind that? It's the best thing you've ever said on this stream, Topulus. By far. Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Outstanding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these champions only use bone weapons. Is that right? Or am I wrong because they eat bone? They don't use bone weapons, they would eat them. No, Frost, this is from the game Kingdom Death. It is most definitely not a 3D print. How did I do bone on these dudes? Let me have a look. It's been such a long time since I painted these. Giddy up, Magenta. You're me, besties. Yeah, there's still a few going out in Australia. I feel very lucky that I got mine now, actually. Of course, there's still a large number of people waiting for it in Europe. So this is an interesting lesson for you, Magenta. You should never assess what something looks like until you've painted in other areas. That is an absolute, concrete, golden rule, because you're looking at things in a vacuum, and you should never look at things in a vacuum. You should always look at things in relation to each other. So if you take nothing away from today other than that, I'd be very happy. Yeah. So we might still do some more tweaking of the skin, but I'm kind of okay with these guys looking a little bit Frazetta-ish. You know, they're quite statuesque. How long have we been painting for? 1 hour. Fuck, I'm a jet. No, I am a fucking jet. Well, I'm not a anime guy very much, but I think there is some specific anime that Poots was quite inspired by for the original design of the game. So there probably is a little bit of that vibe in there, I would imagine. I don't know, man. I feel like I might just glue the fuckers in, track it in a different way. They look very small and fiddly. I've got big fat fingers. Okay, let's turn the hair into something that looks a little bit more golden brown. That colour maybe? No. Ooh, that colour could work. Ooh, so could that colour. Ooh, that one too. Oh. Golden brown? Orange brown? You decide. No, one or the other. Don't be absolutely ridiculous, Topulus. Some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, I swear. Orange brown? Any other votes? I have a plan for the blue cloak. Orange brown. Tell you what, for something that I painted, I reckon, what is it now, 3 years ago, my recollection of some of the colours that I use for things is pretty good. Oh, Balefire Forge. Hello, champion. Hello, zombie case. Don't tell anyone on Twitch. Don't tell anyone that I'm painting a model with boobs, friends. This is some models from the Gambler's Chest expansion from Kingdom Death. So, this is the Bone Eaters. Painting the cool Bone Eaters. Everyone should go follow Balefire Forge. Yes. It's the best Monster Energy drink. Am I right? Or am I right? It's only for the real pros. Go follow that guy, everyone. Only for pros, that drink. Get in. How dare you, Sleepy Slang. I'll remember this. Injustice. Thanks, Balefire. I'm having a great stream. I've just been excited about Gambler's Chest that arrived in the last week or two, and very much looking forward to doing a playthrough on my YouTube channel and maybe even some live streams of the game on Twitch. Love this game. But if you're new to the stream, friends, here's something that I painted before. I have one. I have one. It's on my other computer, so that I can switch screens on my streams quickly. My board game streams. That was all painted on stream for the most part. So if you go back to my YouTube channel and scroll back, you'll be able to see a lot of that painting. I think so. Anyway, did I do it on stream? I'm pretty sure I did. Painted the models on stream. Hey. Fuck, it's a while back now. 2021? Long time. It wasn't that quick. My friend, it is sold. It is gone. It lives at someone else's house now. It was big. Was difficult to display. Well, I've done a few since then. I've done a few big dioramas like that since then. And another one planned for maybe later this year. Starting to feel it. Cyberpunk City. No, unfortunately, Golden Demon doesn't like it when you enter models that aren't Games Workshop figures. I tend to have a fat cry about that. Yeah, top. Yeah, Nico Galaxy. But I entered a local competition, which is actually running this very weekend. It must be 2 years ago. 2 years ago that I did that, to the day. There you go. Okay, so the vibe that we're going for on these people is pale versions of humans. Yeah, it's been downhill since then. The Crusader. No, Golden Demon is unfortunately has to be purely Games Workshop. If you enter any bits that aren't Games Workshop, well, they probably would kick you out of the competition and you'd never be allowed back. Yep, exactly. There's many other competitions, many other competitions that you can enter and have as much fun as you want. So, Games Workshop is absolutely allowed to run their event in whatever way they see fit. As someone who runs a competition, I think that's a good thing. Someone tried to tell me you're not allowed to run your competition the way you want. I would say, tell your story walking, champion. Or GTFO. That's what the cool kids would probably say. I'm not hip. Not hip with the jive lingo. Yeah, it is. We talked a little bit about it a few streams ago with Bucks and I. We chatted about Golden Demon, and it is. It has its own style that they want to judge towards, and it's got its 3-2-1 placing approach, which is a very hard thing to swallow sometimes. I mean, if you look at the majority of Golden Demon entries in the last few years, there is a fuck ton of amazing things, and only a couple of them get prizes, which is full on. But you know, it's good to have different events. It's good to have different approaches to things. We're all very fortunate that we live in a age with all sorts of cool and dynamic toy soldier events that we can attend. That would probably be my only actual criticism of the event. Yeah, it's wild, absolutely wild. I'll tell you right now, when Andy Wardle gets a silver, you know that shit is fucked. Because that guy's a Fruit Loop. G'day, Kalen. How are you? Very good dude, Andy Wardle. Very good dude. Spent some time with him overseas, and he was. They see a Balfire. Thanks for the raid, champion. He was just very willing to spend as much time with me as I wanted. Lovely guy. I have one of his pieces in my personal collection. It's probably one of my favourites. It is an elf with a wolf. Do you want me to go get it? I can go get it if you want. No, it wasn't from his Kickstarter. Alright, I'll go get it. It's show and tell time. It's show and tell. I'll show off too. Just get a gander of this. I think so, Todd. I think I did, but let's do it again. I'm always happy to disclose that information of what I purchase and what I sell for, because I think we need to demystify miniature art. But I can't remember exactly if I think this was £800. I think. Cool sword. Yep, so there's that one. And here's this one. This side is very bad. This makes me happy, friends. If Eric Swinson can get away with it, fuck me. I can get away with it. It's all in shadow, mate. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just have a look at. I bought this for 3 reasons. I love Swinson's approach to non-metallic metal. I love dappled horses. And I love drop shadows. I can't do drop shadows. I can't do non-metallic metal like that. But this dapple is just sublime. That head comes off. Another head. The thing I was talking to Minimancer about this, and I was talking to someone else on the fucking, I don't know, Kingdom Death channel, but look at the blue. Yeah, the tufts are, no. Look at the blue. The highest highlight of blue on this model is like a fucking mid-tone. That's it in a nutshell. That's where so many painters go wrong. They think that everything has to be highlighted up to this crazy level of highlighting to be a good painter. And it's just not true. You've just got to paint with saturation and value in mind. Amazing. That's such a banger model, by the way. Such a banger. That one was, I think, 1,500 USD. think. We got to demystify, friends. We got to make sure that everyone is comfortable with how much Little Toy Soldier painting costs. Because, first of all, I can't paint that. I can't paint what Eric Swinson just painted. We have to. Well, it's not that much different when you think about it. And you've also got to remember that there was a 3-year gap between those as well, or a 2-year gap maybe. So, in that time, Andy's probably charging more. Yeah. Conversion rate, pound was a lot stronger. Yeah. But, you know, there's painters out there who do unbelievable work. And then they're probably undercharging themselves for the work that they do. No, Caleb. Well, we haven't got results yet, champion. The results are today. I'm going to head down to the event at about 2 o'clock. I'm going to watch Sammy play hockey. He's playing across the road from my house at 12 o'clock today. So I'm going to go watch that. That's it. Froths. Yep. And then I'll find out how I went this afternoon. I entered 6 models. They're all pretty good, but you never know you like in the big city. Hey, Top, you're on this thing, aren't you? Hello there, Topulus. Can you answer a question for me? Because you tend to know lots of things. Have they started making dull coat again? Or am I imagining that? Yeah, me too. And like the timing could not be more accurate for me and what I need, because guess what I varnished the entirety of my Kingdom Death collection with? Fucking Tester's dull coat. I don't care if it's as good anymore. It's not going to be TS80. TS80 is the new gold standard of varnishes, but everything needs to look the same. I'm fucking so excited that's the case. Alright. I feel moderately okay about this. Stock up. Faux show. Get in. Middlestone. What is that other one? Golden brown. Okay, I am going to have to try and track down some dull coat. I might buy it on the internet actually. I'm going to buy it on the internet. I'm actually going to add it to my list of things to buy right now. Does everyone else have lists on their phone so they remember to do shit? Or is that just me because I'm getting old? Yeah, I have TV shows to watch, books to read. I don't have restaurants, and I have things I need to buy. I feel pretty good about this paint job. How do you feel? It's fascinating how much my painting has evolved in 3 years. Really really quite something to look back at. This is an absolute microcosm of my painting life right here. Kingdom Death, 3 years later. So I remember at the time I was absolutely stoked with how my Kingdom Death looked. I was like, this is the fucking best. I mean, I still think it's good. Still think they're good. I think I'm a far better painter now, which I suppose is a good thing. If you didn't get better in 3 years, there'd be a fucking problem, wouldn't there? That would be fun. or anyone that is assembling their bone eaters and is like, ooh, Dano's done his wrong. I made a very, very deliberate decision during the assembly, which you can see in the last stream where I assembled this chick, that I really like the line of the arm holding the dude out, and the actual model has the arm resting on the bone eater's arm, and I don't like that at all. It's like, no, that doesn't work for me. So I intentionally changed it, and I think that is a great move that actually makes the model look much cleaner, and I highly recommend that. So this arm that is sitting right here, this bad boy, rests here. And I don't like it. So I changed it. Alright. Couple of little spots of white. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Good. Okay, eyeballs. I've got to decide how to do these eyeballs. What I think I'm going to do... See you, Frost. Thanks, mate. What I think I'm going to do... is actually just a red ink. It does. In these crazy eyes. But I think I'm going to use the glossy one, the Tamiya one. What's that one called? X27? Is it actually called X20? No, surely not. It is. I got mixed up there. I thought it was X23. And I was like, what? It's Wolverine's daughter? No, it's X23. Alright, we have a little knife. We have some teeth. So I am pretty happy with that. I think that is a acceptable bone eater's approach, but it might need a little bit more highlighting. But I'm going to start doing the rest of them. Pew, 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 pew. And now I can't remember how I did it. They have googly eyes. You know, the only thing I can think about when I see these models is death by Snoo Snoo. Please. The spirit is willing, but the body is spongy, bruised. The flesh is willing. No. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy, bruised. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she never danced before. Alright. We've got to decide what colour we want to paint the crocodile. Crocodile is supposed to be translucent, I think. He's like glass. How the fuck are you supposed to paint a fucking model so it looks like glass? Fucks me. I have to think about it because I don't really know. Or the other option is you just paint it straight up and down red. It's the Crimson Croc, covered in blood. Death by Snoo Snoo. Oh, everyone, Mini Manson bought one of my models and he saw it and he said it was fucking terrible. There you go. So you can all rest easy knowing that it's all tricks. None of my stuff looks good in real life. Hmm. There was an article in a White Dwarf many years ago on painting horses, and one of the types of horses they painted was dappled. And I vividly remember this article because it was like in the actual seminal period of my Games Workshop, embryonic period of my Games Workshop time, back when Necromunda first came out. And anyway, this horse painting article has stuck with me for years and years and years. And then Mike McVeigh did a diorama with some wood elves riding out of a forest and fighting against some undead. And he made a banner out of tinfoil, which he got from a tomato paste packet. And I remember this because, as I said, it was that crucial developmental period in my miniature painting career. Oh, this is the first nutsack I'm going to have to do. Awesome. And when Eric posted pictures of that model that I purchased, all I could think about was that article and dappled horses. And I was like, I must have it. I must have it. Well, my key driving inspiration these days is to paint stuff and do stuff that little Deno would go, "That's fucking awesome, man." And that piece by Eric Swinson just fit right in the wheelhouse of that methodology. Little Deno loved that article, and Little Deno saw that dappled light and was like, I must have it. We trust in Little Deno. Sort of. He's like 12, by the way, so he's also thinking a lot about boobs. What an amazing experience this is right now that I'm having. Painting my first male dongle on a male, as opposed to some of the other crazy shit. Ooh. Ooh. Feels good, man. Ooh, someone's Crimson Croc did red into white. Interesting. That's a cool idea. Yes, I am edge highlighting the fuck out of that guy. That's good times. That's good times. Oh, these guys. When I saw the models, I was like, this is just such a fucking mad aesthetic. It's like ancient Greek statues. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, we're painting veins on it. Ancient Greek statues. I love it. Ancient Greek statues come to life. Yep, looks like Zeus. Unreal. This guy is just hanging it all out there. He's not worried. He's like, this is my Johnson. Welcome. Enjoy your stay. It's fucking great. Gosh, I love these models. I'm glad everyone decided to make me paint these first. It's good from you. Enjoyed that. Just want you to keep in mind, Mini Mancer, 4 hours, mate. G'day, Black Talia TV. Anyone can do that, mate. Anyone can do it. What people get hung up on is this idea that everything has to be perfect. It really doesn't. Yeah, he'd be good. Maybe better. But he might not be. I really like to focus on what I think is the essence of a model. You know? What's the real part of a model that, yeah, that's a nice little touch. What's the part of the model that really you need to understand and just get for the model to work? For these guys, it's the same. It's the skin tone. I feel like if I can land that concept of this is what this model is about, I feel like the rest of it is almost irrelevant because you feel it. High X tab, it is indeed the front. But there's also a story that you're trying to tell as well. Sometimes you don't need to. Like with a dirty old wood shaman, he doesn't need to be clean. He doesn't need to be smooth and immaculate. That doesn't make any sense if he is. Some models you need to spend more time on things like that. $250 USD, including shipping. And my pricing is generally based on cost of the model, which I think was about $50 US. Shipping, which is about $40 US. So that's 90, which takes it down to 160, which is $4 or $40 per hour for 4 hours. That is generally how I price my work. They are indeed, mate. They are indeed as interesting as ever. Now, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing with these champions, you can go back and rewind this stream because I literally did exactly this already on this chick. And this is hopefully what they're going to look like. Except for the eyeballs, they're not done. But everything else is pretty much done. Maybe I'll tweak a little bit. See what they look like when they're all at that level. I haven't done any OSL on any of my Kingdom Death other than some very, very subtle lantern light. Very subtle compared to what I did on like Curse City and stuff. I am indeed doing a YouTube playthrough of this expansion. I'm going to paint everything up first. Wait for the wonderful Scribe developer to release his Gambler's Chest update for Scribe, which I am in the test for. However, I've been unable to download it. So I'll get around to that. I snuck in, had a little look at one of his streams, but I didn't watch for too long because I don't like spoiling the stuff. Honestly, the feeling of having new Kingdom Death content is like really hard to describe for someone who's played 8 campaigns. The idea that I've got new content to explore is just like, I'm fucking absolutely jazzed. So I didn't want to spoil it for myself. But it's cool. Yeah, it's cool that he beat it. Have I painted him Smart Max Smog Minis? I don't think so. Never even heard of them. Was it someone had to beat it? Or anyone? Someone had to beat it. That's awesome. Character's going straight in. I got it here actually. After players defeat the God Hand in a People of the Dreamkeeper campaign, they unlock characters for subsequent campaigns in the Epilogue story event. Nah. I'm going to do it myself. Some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I love how ambiguously worded King of Death is. It's just stupid. There's a very early Nemesis fight against the Butcher, and one of the Butcher's cards, AI cards, is it's called Hack City, and Hack City is basically the Butcher just going absolutely apeshit on you, and the card itself says, if you survive Hack City, go do this story event. And so you can actually just dash away from the butcher and not even get hit by him. And then technically you'll fulfill the condition of that card, so you can be like, I'll go do this story event. And it's very, very silly. Little bones, little finger bones probably. These guys are called bone eaters because they just like having a little nibble on some human flesh. Actually, not flesh, human bones. I'm not sure what colour hair we're going to do. Probably white hair makes sense, doesn't it? I think Poots does drugs. He's done some weird shit in his life. That's for sure. Like, just if you go back to the Kickstarter and read some of the shit of some of the expansion monsters, like, his brain is just in another planet. Like, some of the stuff that the new monsters where they sit in the ecology of the world and stuff, you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about, guy? It's awesome. Hello there, Buxo. We're looking good, big dog. This is what we did this morning. Oh yeah, I'm not sure about medals. I haven't been there today. Heading there later this afternoon. But yeah, I'm sure we'll do fine, mate. I'm sure we'll do fine. You know how QMHE is. Just big Deno. Splashing around in the kiddie pool. Hello there, Net Diver. Yeah, so we've hit 9:30, which is the sort of the awakening time of the great Bucks himself. And if anyone's still in here from the King of Death Discord, Bucks has graciously agreed to once again donate his time for the judging of the Gambler's Chest painting challenge. And I'm going to share, just for those wonderful people, a little plan that we have for this next painting competition, which Millennia has indeed ratified. The judges, myself, Bucks, and whomever is a third judge, if we are able to get one, will also be painting a model from the Gambler's Chest for our own mini competition where all of the participants will get to vote on their favourite from the judges and be as scathing as they would like to be. In return. So you will see a Gambler's Chest narrative model painted by myself, painted by Bucks. She doesn't miss Natalia. Hello there, Timbo. Hello. We've done that dance. Do I have a question for Poots? Pootsy, why in the world of Kingdom Death are there circumcised survivors? It's a question we all need to know. This guy is rocking the uncircumcised Johnson. But the other two blokes, theirs chopped. Maybe it's a byproduct of the parasites. There is actually some dick-eating parasites in this world. One of the story events. You're just minding your own business, having a sleep, and then there you go. Your dick's been chopped off. Suffer the destroyed genitals injury. Bang. How do you like that? They only go after Johnsons, by the way. They don't go after the lady bits. Agreed, there'd be all sorts of weird shit happening. So this is what I need to know. These are the real questions. The Schlong heavy portfolio pays off for the hungry investor. Little Futurama reference for you there, friend. It's been a while since I watched Futurama. I've decided I'm going to restart it because there's new episodes on Disney Plus. Haven't watched it in years. Used to be one of my favourite shows. Absolutely one of my favourite shows. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, so have I. Heard it's outstanding. What robots do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Gundam? Do you want me to buy you some robots from QMHE? There's a fuck ton of robots there. Nothing wrong with being called a robot, mate. I'm a robot. One of my nicknames at work is Tin Man. Mate, I think all of these sculpts are an homage to Frankie F. There's plenty of Frazetta-esque body shapes going on with these bone eaters. But yeah, I think they are supposed to be representative of ancient classical Greek statues come to life. I think that is the concept of what is happening with these champions. This camera that I'm using right now is a Sony AX33 Handycam. It is a very, very good quality camera, as well as video camera. So I've used it to take video footage, and it's tremendous. And then I've hooked it up to my computer using an Elgato Camlink 4K. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah. How good is he? Did you see where the other chick ended up, Magenta? Would you like to see? I don't know if you trundled off for a bit or not. Well, getting into the others. So this is what they're going to roughly look like, we hope. Still, she's just a quick job getting the rest of the stuff done, so we can get a look at it, and then we'll tweak the little details. But I just wanted to get all of them to that stage now, and then we can muck around. It is very Frazetta-esque, isn't it? I also like Frazetta. I actually tried to emulate Frazetta in some paintings that I did a few years ago, back when I wasn't very good. And it's probably a good challenge for me to try again now. But I remember thinking, wow, how much grey does this guy use in his skin tones, hey? Crazy. Crazy. Oh, look at this. See, this rustles my jimmies. Look at this value shift from these musculatures. That is just great stuff, Deno. This approach is such a fun way to paint, I've got to tell you. Yeah, crazy sort of colours that he uses. Look at this guy's little wiener. Oh, mate, he's got a rig on him. I think these are the most overt penises in the entire game. There's some other ones floating around, like out and about, but these are just overt. Get this into you. And I'm here for it, honestly. I love it. Yeah, bone. No, they're called bone eaters. Uh huh. You like that? Oh, yeah. Should be called boner eaters. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. No. Yeah. The chick on the Devil's Satan's got some that she's sitting on, but you kind of don't notice them initially until you're like, oh, hang on a second. She's sitting in a pumpkin of dicks. Yes, she is. But this guy, you can barely miss it. He's just standing there proudly displaying his wares. And if I had a rig like him, I would too, actually. I'd be getting everything out all the time. You just wouldn't have clothes, mate. You'd walk around and just. And the police wouldn't even arrest you for indecent exposure either. They'd be like, well done, champion. Appreciate the rig. Keep it away from kids. Yes, sir. Get you for an open carry. Good. Good. Like that. I honestly have no idea which one of these models is my favourite. I can't tell you. Like every time I pick one up, I'm like, no, this one's my favourite. This one's my favourite for sure. Look at how nonchalant this guy is standing there with his package on show. That's just a nonchalant demonstration of his Jats crackers. Yes, check that out. This chick is like death by snoo snoo. And how can you say no to that? I mean, I never really thought I would die this way, but I'd always really hoped. then this guy is like, I'm a naughty Zeus. Ooh, you like that? Ooh. Does anyone else like think that the majority of ancient Greek myths where Zeus turned into a swan so he could go pork some chick? Does anyone else think that as a chick it was just like, oh my god, my husband's just come home. I'm ploughing the next door neighbour. What am I going to say? Oh no, it was Zeus. Zeus came in, he turned into a swan. And he ravished me. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah, Virgin Mary. Yeah. Probably got done by the three wise men. Alright. Fun. Can you really? Ah, well. I can understand. If people would like to report me for my behaviour, they are welcome to do so. Oh, well, apparently we do have one more game, so we won't be streaming tomorrow night. We have one more game. But we will not be far off. Following week, we move back to Wednesday nights. So Party Monday is back. It's back. I know. Well, they're good colours, but it's all about practice, my man. Or woman. Yep. Never want to assume though. You know how it is. Practice. Someone posted a great article in the Kingdom Death Hobby channel yesterday. It was top. Already posted the diorama today, Sleepy Slang. Alright friends, it is almost 10 o'clock, and that means it is almost time for me to depart your fair shores and continue my day. One more time. So today my day will consist of heading over to watch one of my little worker bees play a game of hockey across the road from my house, which is cool. And then I'm going to head over to Queensland Model Hobby Expo and see how my models did in the competition. Thank you. And then tonight, I'll do some more painting. Maybe try and finish these champions off. But unbelievably for these models, for my painting in general, I'm in no rush. Thank you. I'm in no rush to finish these dudes. My Kingdom Death collection is really cool paint jobs. I want to do a cool paint job on all of the new ones. There's no rush. You'll just see me enjoying this painting experience while I wait for Scribe to get updated. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it now. If we do get to stream this week, it will probably be on Wednesday. I don't think I've got anything on Wednesday at this stage. And I'd like to. Feels like so long. I'm a busy man. It's all my fault. It's nothing to do with Bucks. He's always ready to go. He is the real MVP, mate. He's the one the fans want to see. The only one who's a legitimate good painter now. I'm yesterday's hero. Scotty Pippen. I had one of his. I had a trading card of his. Alright. Got to think about the Crimson Croc next. Does it make sense for these champions to have blood on them? Or does it not make sense? They're bone eaters. They're not like, they don't eat human flesh. They eat fucking bones. But some blood spatter, maybe? Could be good. What do we think? Bit tacky, you reckon, Top? Blood does get tacky after a little while. That's true, that's true. I like the shiny, glossy effects of blood. Makes a model pop. Whatever she wants. Concur. She could do whatever she wants to me. I will just sit there and enjoy it / die. But that'd be okay. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I wish I could express how excited I am to play this campaign and experience new content. I actually think Kingdom Death may have surpassed Gloomhaven for me as the experience I most enjoyed in board gaming. And that's a big call, because Gloomhaven I played with my very good friend Koki. We played through the entire campaign. We played the finale. I think we did 60 something missions. It was 3 months and we just had an amazing time. We unlocked new characters. It's just incredible. But the experience of going through Kingdom Death, which I experienced with another friend, Sheldon, he introduced me to the game. I played the game. We started a campaign together. By the time we played, I don't know, five Lantern Years, I'd gone and purchased every Kingdom Death thing I could get my hands on, including the core set and all of the expansions. And then I proceeded to play multiple campaigns by myself in the meantime, while Sheldon and I would still catch up weekly. So I think I finished 3 campaigns before we finally finished that People of the Lantern campaign together. And then I put the game down for a few years, maybe? Was it years? It was certainly an extended period of time. And I came back to it, and I had 4 expansions, or 3 expansions, 4 expansions, that I had not played. One of which was the Dragon King, one of which was the Sunstalker. And so I then got to play a campaign where I fought against the Dragon King for the very first time. It was like a kid on Christmas. I haven't read any of the cards, I hadn't read any of the stories, and just going through and experiencing that for the first time was just such a cool feeling. And then I did a People of the Stars campaign and played the Sunstalker for the first time, and again, just had an amazing time. And now we get to this point where I've experienced every Kingdom Death expansion, every Kingdom Death monster completely. Actually, I'm not even sure that I've done a full crack of Slender Man, but and here I am, and all of a sudden I have new content to explore, and I reckon I am more excited for that than just about anything else. French Barbouk 56. Go to doghype.com, and I can have incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything is in my hands. Well, you know what I would like to be in your hands, French Barbouk? D's nuts. If you reply to my comment right now, I will go and sign up for your channel. I'll go do whatever you want. You just tell me. You just say the word, French. Just come on here and say, Deno, I'd love to. I'd love for you to sign up to this channel. Come on, French. Come on, mate. You got 5 more seconds. It's a limited time offer. You missed your chance, Frenchie. Get out of here. I love bots. That's true, mate. Probably would have surrendered before I even got a chance. Who's painting? This guy's painting something cool. Let's go raid that guy. Raid! This guy's painting some cool shit. Let's go visit him. Friends, it's been a pleasure. I am looking forward to painting some more Kingdom Death over the next few weeks, and then starting a campaign. So enjoy the rest of your day, evening, and forever. Big Deno.